Hey Gents fans, Matt Sosler here, and I'm joined by head coach Bryan Erikson following the Generals' 6-1 win over the Danbury Junior Hat-Tricks. And coach, a fantastic win. Ryan Gordon, fantastic game. What are some of your initial reactions on this contest?
I actually thought we kind of got away with one a little bit. Like, I didn't think we played our best hockey in the beginning. Hugo bailed us out as usual. And then Gordo, who's been, it's a perfect example of a kid that, was kind of down the depth chart and did everything we asked him to do and started getting more ice time. And then he started scoring goals, so obviously really happy for him. But, I'm also, it's a good lesson to the other kids, like when they're wondering why they're not playing as much or, wondering like what they can do to get more ice time. Just play simple. Simple hockey gets you on the ice more, and it creates more opportunities for you to score goals. So, we've seen that with Ryan Gordon, and it was nice. And then you got Adam Smith chipping in with two, which, listen, I mean, if he scores 2 goals in a year, it's usually a good year. So he scored 2 goals in a game. It's pretty great. And then you have Danny Paul Minahan on his birthday scoring a nice goal. And, it's just it was a nice win. It was a nice team win. You saw guys defending each other without having a fight. You saw guys standing up for each other. You saw guys getting up, on the bench for blocks and for back checks and the little stuff. And, hopefully it leads into tomorrow night. I mean, we've taken 11 out of 12 points. It's huge. But we dug ourselves a hole, so we still got a big hole to keep going through. So, we're just focused on winning tomorrow.
You mentioned contributions from multiple players. We talked about balanced scoring earlier on in the season. What's it like to see that coming through tonight?
I mean, the balanced scoring is key, and, we've talked about it before where we don't really have any what I would call, like, pure natural goal scorers. We have guys that if they work hard and they get to the net and, get a little greasy, we will put pucks in. And you saw, in that Gordo or Gordon, Schroeder, and Jaeger line, like Jaeger had 2 great assists. I mean, just great plays to create those goals for Ryan Gordon. And Schroeder also had 2 assists on those goals, creating plays out of our defensive zone that led to rushes down in the offensive zone and created opportunities. So, when you get in that secondary scoring and, obviously get Adam Smith, scoring a goal or 2 goals, it helps the team a lot on the bench when guys that don't normally score, because guys get genuinely excited for them and it pumps them up, and guys that maybe are struggling are like, oh, okay, I'm just a shot away, kind of changes the momentum a little bit. If you have the same guys scoring over and over again, not that that's ever bad, but, sometimes it makes it the other guys press a little bit more. So it's kind of nice to see when you kind of spread it out, and that was a big contributor tonight, and, obviously Hugo and that, so it was great.
And tomorrow, your last scheduled game on the season against this Danbury team. What needs to happen in order to walk out with a sweep?
Yeah, I think for tomorrow, our focus, I talked to them after kind of the second period and, halfway through the second period too about, we're kind of letting them off the hook a little bit. Like, we had some opportunities to kind of step on them a little bit, and we just tried to overcomplicate the game, skate through guys, not get pucks deep, not get to what was making us successful. And I think, the game plan, we did our video session today at the hotel, and we'll have a video session again tomorrow. And the game plan is pretty simple. Like, get pucks deep and work on our systems. Like, we've done a ton of work on our transition game from our defensive zone to, through the neutral zone. And, we didn't see a great output of that in the beginning, but we stuck with it. And, I loved when we made a play and one of the kids goes, hey, we worked on that in practice. I'm like, oh, really? Like, that's kind of the purpose of practice. And, but it at the same time, it's really good. It's good that guys recognize like what we're trying to do, and then they see it actually work in the games. It validates what Eric does. It validates what Matt Dibble does. It validates what I do. And obviously you're seeing success, as far as playoffs and all that. I couldn't care less about thinking about that. All I got to focus on is tomorrow's 2 points, and they're huge, and they're big. And if we don't get them, then, we got to figure out how to get the next 2. So for me, my goals are pretty simple, like making sure I get the boys ready for the 7 o'clock puck drop. And then we'll play that first period, and we'll see what we need to do in the second period. And then after the second, we'll see what we need to do for the third. But the goals are pretty simple for us. It's just the shift right in front of us. And We had a shift. We had a practice probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago where, I felt guys were really pressing, and Eric and I went to the locker room, and I told them, like, we need to start having more fun in practice, and we needed to start celebrating when we scored and celebrate when guys block shots and bank sticks. Even if it's forced, just kind of, make it fun. And for some reason at that point, it really seems like that was a turning point in the season for us. And because the next game, the bench was electric, and, that we fed off that. We, that was down in Johnstown. We lost the first game. And then the next game, it was the same thing. It was electric. And, then the next game we won. Like for us, we're an emotional team, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. But when we're positively emotional, we're a good hockey team. When we get down and, we start to, ride the lows and not focus on the highs, and we're not that good of a team. So, we need to focus on the positives going into tomorrow and, fix a couple of the things that we need to address. But, I'm pretty excited about where we're at. But once again, we dug ourselves a really big hole. So I really just got to focus on, tonight's win was great. And Eric and I will watch the video and, we'll be happy about it for, another 2 hours, and then we'll get to work for tomorrow.
Yeah, shift-to-shift hockey, definitely the goal when your next game is under 24 hours away. Coach, thank you so much, and good luck tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Matt.